Hello, Emmanuel phone callers. We are so grateful for the work that you're doing to keep our community together, to reach out to our members with a call of care and compassion. Um, as we go through this next round with the script, there are some things that we want you to be aware of. Uh, as a ministry at Emmanuel, what we're looking to really emphasize in the next weeks is an emphasis on mental, emotional, and spiritual health. We want to provide people with some very practical things that they can do to tackle the challenge that we're facing, which people are feeling a lot of stress. People are feeling frustration and anxiety. Just thinking of my own kids, I know most days they do their homework without any trouble, but some days they get really frustrated. The other day they were ready to throw their Chromebooks right out the front door and stomp on them in the front lawn, which is not like them. But I think that we're all experiencing this together. So um, the purpose of this call is, yes, first of all, just to check in. First thing is, how are things going? How are you doing? What's working well in your house? What are some of the challenges that you're facing? And you can feel free to share some of those from your own experience as well. But then we want to direct people to a couple of resources that at Emmanuel we're really pushing for in this time so that we can help people grow spiritually and allow them to handle these times with maybe a little more grace and patience. One resource is our worship on Wednesday evenings, evening prayer, and Sunday mornings. Make sure people are aware that that's out there and that they're able to tune in. We have updated our church YouTube page, and on YouTube, if you search for Emmanuel LG, you'll get that, and all of the content that we're creating will be on that page. So if they're not up to date or they want something from the past weeks, they can get it there. But again, we want to be a resource for spiritual growth so that we can equip people to handle this challenging time together. The second resource is one that we have found that is very comprehensive, and it's from NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And please don't discount this resource because it says mental illness. We realize that for most people, they're probably not dealing with some diagnosed mental illness like depression or anxiety or bipolar or whatever. Um, what NAMI is all about is mental health. And we've gotten a lot of resources and researched a number from Aurora to Mercy Healthcare Systems to a number of other resources that we found online. The NAMI resource is truly the most comprehensive. So please familiarize yourself with that. We have sent it out in our church emails already, and we'll continue to include it in the coming weeks simply because it has a lot of really good stuff. And it's a very large resource. We're looking primarily at pages 3 through 7. And you'll find in there even that religion is a dynamic resource for those of us looking to grow in our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So the mental health resource from NAMI is very good. We also have included here a resource to the food pantries for those who indicate that they're going through some financial strain. Now, do not ask people how's your financial situation. This is not that kind of thing. We don't want you to go fishing for this. But if somebody says to you, "Man, we're really stressed out about money," or "I'm out of a job right now. My spouse is out of a job. Things are really hard." If you're like me, you want to be able to offer something into that conversation. So I've included the food pantry resource here and the Walworth County resource because it is a viable resource and it's something in our community that we want to do everything we can as a church to, I think, knock down the stigma, I think, of going to get help from a food pantry or something like that. That's for those people. Well, this is for all of us. and we're all going to get through this time together. So if people do indicate financial strain, again, don't go looking for it, but if they do indicate financial strain, please be aware that this resource is available, and we have direct communication with them through our church that it's not being utilized as much now as it could be. So just keep that in mind. And again, as we're talking about mental health, we don't expect you to be a psychologist. You do not have to try and diagnose, oh my goodness, I think I talked to someone who has depression or something like that. Every home right now is experiencing mental and emotional strain. Every home, everyone in the world is experiencing it now because of the stress, the anxiety, the frustration, the uncertainty. I mean, we used to have some predictable idea of what the future would hold for us, and now we really don't. And because of that, it's a hard time. So we've provided these resources as what we feel at Emmanuel are going to be helpful for all of us going forward. If you do have any questions, please give me a call or send me an email. I'm happy to talk through this more with you. But we really do appreciate your work on this. And please know that during this time, we're really relying on you to help us share this wisdom, this information, so that together we can best equip ourselves to handle this time. And it is a weird one. Know that we are praying for you. Know that in the midst of this, God's blessing continues to unfold. We see signs of life. We see the signs of love and compassion and care, and you are that love and compassion that we so need at this time. Thank you for all you do. And again, please do call us if you have any questions.